Hey everyone, it's just Mike here from Ozone Health and Fitness. So today we're going to talk about making room for some Easter eggs, alright? So this isn't about Easter egg bashing this year. If anything, I want you to go out and get an Easter egg. But I want to show you what's going to be taken into the body and just one or two tips that you can do to limit the damage done by Easter eggs, right? And the reason I'm doing this is because, look, a lot of people are at home or they're working from home or they're off or businesses are closed. And we can all say that, look, it's been a trying couple of weeks and kids are looking forward to Easter and the Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff, and that's why I'm saying you need to have one. But also what we need to look at, I've already been speaking to the Facebook page and chatting and things, and they've already eaten Easter eggs. Adults, not the kids. Adults have already eaten Easter eggs that they've got for the kids and they've already consumed that. So, look, before we get into that, give me a thumbs up, make sure the volume is coming through alright if you can hear me. I'm just going to check it here on the laptop again to make sure we're good to go. Let me get some volume here. Okay. Yeah, it looks coming in. Okay, so if you're just joining us, like I'm saying, we're not here to bash Easter eggs, but as people are at home more, they're snacking more, they're consuming more calories. A lot of people, maybe some aren't, maybe you're keeping your routine, and fair play to you if you are. But a lot of people are. They find they're consuming extra calories, and you see all these memes going around about, I'm going to need isolation from the fridge at the end of this. Excuse me. So a lot of people are undoing the work already by just consuming natural calories. But also the kids aren't getting to go out to play with their friends because of the restrictions that are in place. So it's not about... Our activity levels are down to some degree, right? And we're consuming more calories. So already we might be doing a bit of damage. And plus we're going to throw Easter on top of this now and an extra chocolate and things. So what I want you to do is, rather than just be consuming all the extra calories without thinking about what's coming in through the chocolate, because again, some of you have already been eating Easter eggs and admit it, what I want to do is give you a few tips to allow yourself to have it and enjoy it. Before we get into that, right, I just want to show you, because look, the biggest, I suppose, dangers out there at the moment are, regardless of what the obvious is, but in terms of your nutrition, is sugar, right? And it's one of the main causes of obesity, which leads to its own problems. So I just quickly want to show you what the sugar is like in these things, and then you can go off and enjoy the egg on Sunday. But I want to get you prepared to be able to allow for this to happen, right? So what this has done at the back of this box is broken it down into your egg and into your buttons. So this is what comes inside in this pack. So a small pack of buttons, 30 grams. Sorry, frog in my throat this morning. And the egg is 100 grams. So I'm just going to show you, right, what this says in the back. So per quarter shell, if you can see here, it says 14 grams of sugar in a quarter shell. So times 4 is 56 grams of sugar, okay? In the buttons, so we just come down to the buttons here. So if you can see the top of it, it says per 30 gram bag, and it says there's 17 grams of sugar in that 30 bag, right? So together, that's 73 grams of sugar. So I just want to show you what that looks like. Because again, it's not just one egg. People will consume a couple of eggs. They'll be lying around the house and all this kind of thing. And again, we're less active. This is an opportunity, not an opportunity, it's a bad opportunity for the body to put on a lot of weight. But again, I'm going to talk you through a couple of ideas you can have to allow yourself to do this, right? So, is a standard drinking glass. Okay, I'm going to need to speed this up. 60. So I'm pouring in 73 grams of sugar. That might seem like a lot. That's 73 grams of sugar. Remember, your recommended daily intake is 20 grams of sugar. Now, no one's really going to drink that and be happy taking in that amount of sugar. So the total calories for this, right? Let's put this into perspective, right? So per quarter shell is 134 calories. So we'll just say it's 140 to make the math easier. It's 560, and the calories in your bag of buttons is 160. So that's 720 calories. Now, if you look at the pizza we did the other day, there was about 690 calories in that pizza. So there isn't much between the two. And while this has a lot more sugar, the calories ultimately are the same. But what I'm trying to get you to think about here with this is that, first of all, we need to make allowance for the calories. you watch some of the previous videos I did on, you know, is too much fruit, is there things too much fruit in the sugar that you take in? What we're looking at is the effects that sugar has on the body, and this instant sugar like this, and this is a lot of what you're taking in is a very simple sugar. It metabolizes very quickly, which means it spikes the bloodstream very quickly, which means the body stores, it pushes insulin in to pull that sugar out, and it stores it as fat. So it triggers the fat cells to get that sugar out of your bloodstream. So that's why instant sugar like this caused greater fat storage. Even though this is less calories than the pizza, the sugar content of this is a lot higher. So, with all that being said, I'm not saying to give up Easter eggs. In fact, I'm going to be eating this Easter egg. But what I want you to think about, right, if you think back to some of the previous videos, if you're going to be coming along Easter Sunday and consuming a lot of extra calories, you can be smart about it, okay, for the day or two beforehand. And it's like anything, like if you're going for a night out, I'd still give you the same advice. You don't have to give it up, but let's try and be smart about it. Try and reduce your calories the day before, the day of, or even 2 days before. So instead of taking in maybe 1,500 calories that day, you might only take in 1,000, or take in 1,000 the 2 days beforehand. So by doing that, you might have a smaller breakfast, a smaller lunch, a smaller dinner the previous day, and on the morning of you might have a smaller breakfast and no lunch, and just have your dinner, or you're having an Easter egg and then you're having your dinner later on. Whatever it is, we want to try and make up that calorie balance, so we're not just consuming our calories as normal and then adding extra chocolate. Like, this is a small egg. Like, plenty of people are going to be what, double, triple times the size of that. So you can imagine 3 times that less. That'll be full with sugar if you go for the bigger egg and the bars that are inside it, I guarantee you. So, like, we're just making allowance for 720 calories in this. Your bigger eggs will be tipping 1,000. So we want to try and make up that difference somehow. So all I'd say is, look, without going too much into counting your calories, your breakfast size, reduce your lunch size, reduce your dinner size the day or two beforehand. That way, when you take in the sugar, the calorie intake isn't going to make too much damage done to your weight loss goals. Now, like I said, because sugar spikes the bloodstream, which triggers the insulin response, which triggers the fat cells to store that sugar, the best thing to do, if you remember again when I was talking about fruit, what we try and do is balance the sugar release with protein. So while you're probably not going to be sitting there eating protein bars or protein whatever, like the fulfill Easter egg still has enough sugar in it as well, but much lower than your normal eggs. But if you were going to take in all that sugar, what I'd recommend to you is try and get in extra protein the days beforehand and the morning of. So whether that's you're taking in an extra protein shakes, you're taking 2 protein shakes on the Saturday, you know, have a lot of protein in your main meals the couple of days before. So your chicken, you know, eggs, tuna, all that kind of stuff. Have a high protein day the day before and have protein that morning, eggs and that kind of stuff. Having protein in the system will help reduce reduce the effects of the spiking of the blood sugar from the sugar in the chocolate, right? So just those 2 things, reduce your calories overall, but the meals then that you have them high protein to allow the balance of that sugar, okay? Because as I said, this is just a small egg in a packet of buttons. The bigger eggs and multiples of that, you can imagine how many calories you're going to be consuming. And you parents watching this as well, I'm talking to about consuming all these extra calories that are left around. So just like I said, this isn't about giving up Easter eggs. Like, it's been a tough couple of weeks for everyone. I want people to enjoy Easter Sunday. By making little tweaks before it rolls around, or you're doing an Easter egg hunt, make these couple of tweaks and you won't feel as bad at the other side of consuming so much chocolate. Alright, so look, don't hate the messenger and just fill in with the education. You can decide to throw it away if you want, but a couple of tips like that will really help the waistline. Alright, so look, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it around if you dare. And tonight again, 8:30, got a really good workout for you tonight. It's going to be all cardio, a really good fat burning session. Then tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock again, another live video, and more workouts then until the end of the week, until Friday. So we'll see you then, and have a good day.